You know what? So I've had time to sleep on it. I had time to think about what happened yesterday. And it's even worse than what we believed it could be. It's terrible. There's absolutely no positives to take from this. And that's why I had to take down my initial video that I did where I spoke about the match, because when I went home, and this is funny, when I went home, I seen that Ethan Wanyeri had made his debut for Marseille and he had scored. And I thought, that is ironic, because this star boy, we call him a star boy because he's a young boy with the potential to be a star, not like Saka, who's a 24-year-old grown man that we're still calling a star boy and still talking about his potential, which is crazy. He couldn't get any minutes in the team because, according to our manager, either he wasn't good enough or he didn't like him, one of the two, but he couldn't get any minutes in our team. None at all. He couldn't even get on the pitch. He wasn't starting FA Cup matches. He wasn't getting any minutes at all. And the funniest thing about it is, this team has a creativity problem. We have a creativity problem. Yeah? And we send one of our creative players out on loan, and the first thing he does is score a goal, but we can't score or create anything for shit. But he's at Marseille. And that's just typical Mikel Arteta, to be honest. He's got rid of loads of players, you know what I mean? Just like how we got rid of our striker and we've not had a striker since. But every time we've lost the league, we've lost it because we didn't have a goal scorer. But the same manager that we're all getting behind is the one that sold our striker and never replaced him. And then when he did finally replace him, in fact, a couple of times he replaced him, Jesus, crap. Gyökeres, aka Shokeres, crap. And it's mad. I've had to come back and do a re-upload because we got to give Arsenal a special episode of the Walk of Shame, because what they did yesterday was an absolute disgrace. And we have to start being realistic Arsenal fans. Yeah, we might still fluke the league, but there's a case to say this will be the worst ever Premiership team to win the league, because we're not great. When we're really only going to win the league because the league is so shit. This is the worst ever Premier League year, and we're struggling to win it. We've got a team of players, and most of them, not all of them, some of them are pretty good players, but most of them are overrated, and the ones that are overrated are mainly in our attack. But before I even go into that, before I talk about the attack, before I talk about the weak mentality, before I'm going to take a special time to talk about our captain and how shit he is and how shit I've been saying he is for a while. He's fucking shit. But this is for all those Arsenal fans. I see you on all them channels, the Arsenal Fan TV, all these other channels, and you're like, oh, when we were dropping points, because this is the thing, innit? In the Premiership, we've probably played bad more times than we've played good, but some of the times we picked up results. This isn't the first game we've done that shit. The Fulham game, but we end up winning it. The Crystal Palace game, we was shit, but we end up winning it. The Wolves game, the game at Chelsea that was 1-1 with the 10 men, you know what I mean, was awful there. The first Man United game, Liverpool game. The Liverpool game was exactly the same as the United game, except United went up and won. Liverpool didn't have their players, or they would have won. And then the United game, absolutely disgraceful performances. Some of the worst performances we've ever seen. And then you get these guys like, oh, don't panic. Don't panic. You know, we're still 4 points clear. But it's like they've developed dementia, because the worst thing is we've seen this movie before, and this movie is similar to the Titanic. This is where we hit the iceberg and we begin to sink. And I'll go even further, actually. There's a case to say we've seen this movie more times than we've seen us win. In fact, that's not even a case, that's a fact. We've seen this movie more times than we've seen us win. We've seen it bare times. Crumbling, crumbling, crumbling. We've crumbled more times than we've got over the line. And we're doing it again, but we're doing it with probably our worst ever team. Somebody asked me the other day, how good is this team to the Invincibles? I don't think one player from this team gets in the Invincibles. Not one player. There's not one player on this team that gets in the Invincibles. I'm not lying. You think I'm lying? Put something in the comments, but not one player from this team gets in the Invincible team. So let's just get straight into the match, because I'm not even going to take long to do the match reaction for the match. Fucking dog shit. But it's the usual, like, we're not wrong for being upset. These guys have been letting us down consistently in the Premiership for over 2 decades. And then people get mad when you say something about it. Why should we get mad about it? We got these high-ass ticket prices and we're seeing that garbage football. We've got a relegation attack. But the match, first half, we probably had 10 to 15 minutes where we looked okay. We weren't really even doing much then. We weren't doing much. We didn't look like we was creating anything. We're just doing what we do, recycling the ball. That bullshit. Recycling the ball. What the fuck is that? Where are the crosses? Where are the shots from outside the box? What are we doing here? Where are the balls behind? None of that. Absolute crap. You had Saka there. Luke Shaw. A couple times you had Luke Shaw one-on-one. Don't want to take him on, really. And then it became like we were just trying to play for corners, which is insane. Which is insane. Anyway, we end up getting the goal, innit? And I'm thinking, okay, that'll settle it down a little bit. But no, that stupid bullshit that we do, that stupid bullshit playing the ball at the back. And then Zubimendi, who's done this before, so it's not a one-off mistake. Zubimendi has done this before. He's done it a couple of times before. Remember the Tottenham game? Remember the Tottenham game when he did it, and then Richarlison went and lobbed Rayo, and then he goes and does it then, and I promise you, just for that, I don't want to hear no more about signing of the season nonsense, because if we don't win, he's not upgraded us. We're finishing second with Partey, we're finishing second with Xhaka, and I honestly don't think he's much of an improvement on them, to be honest. And he's playing in the worst ever Premier League season. He's not had to deal with an informed Man City or a good Liverpool team. He's not had to deal with any of that. You know what I mean? And he just flops. He just flopped. That was awkward. I do not know why he did that. Remember, Gabriel against Bournemouth when Gabriel did it. So it's a thing that we do. So now it's 1-0. So I'm thinking, cool. Okay, it can't be much worse than that. We're at home. They can't say the crowd weren't up for it. We hate Man United. We hate Man United. Listen, I can't even go on social media now because of the things I've been saying about Man United in the past couple of years. Now my inbox is full. Man are making AI videos about me like I played. Hold tight, Sean, you're a piece of shit, but hold tight, you. I'm getting terrorized because you guys are shit. So anyway, second half comes on, and it was exactly the same as when we played Liverpool. Dominated at home, absolutely dominated. Terrible. All those guys, Rice, Zubimendi, Odegaard, oh my God. Terrible. All the attackers, terrible. The defenders weren't too bad. But even on those 2 goals, the Dorgu goal, like, what, nobody going to tackle him? The guy's juggling the ball around before he takes a shot. Nobody's tackling him. The Cunha one, I don't know how we span all you guys with that. Like, that's when I start thinking, well, maybe Rice isn't world class, because that just was poor. It was absolutely poor. And then, you know, we get the goal back to make it 2-2 by Moreno. But look at the type of goal. Just look at the quality difference of their goals and our goals. You wouldn't have known who was challenging for the league out of us and them if you would have been watching us play. Our goals were shit, relying on corners. It's really like bully man thing. Everyone just run round the keeper and just put pressure on him and bully him a little bit, and that's how we're going to score, because we didn't create anything else. It was dreadful. It was dreadful. Dreadful. And then we've lost the game, and we didn't even, this is the problem with these Arsenal players, and I'm talking to you Arsenal players, you guys have been letting us down. You, Mikel Arteta, trust the process. If you don't win the league, then we've wasted all these years. We've wasted all these years with you. There's no process to trust. You've done us over. You've done us over, and I hate to have to be the one to tell all the Arsenal fans, I told you so, because I got excited this season. I was doing the quad thing, and I was believing. But I never wanted Arteta as a manager. I've been moaning about him the whole time. And I'm hoping that I don't have to use the I told you so on you guys. I'm hoping I don't have to use that. Because if I do, it's going to be gutted for all of us. We're all going to be gutted. I would so like for you guys to say, You know what? Arteta proved you wrong. Works for me. My team wins. I'm happy with that. But he's not going to. He's playing football like Jose Mourinho. We were better off 2 years ago. 2 years ago, we were more free-flowing. So now we've got all these attackers, and we got the shittest our system football. They can't even express themselves. It's awful. It's bad. And he's done that. He's regressed our style. We've always been an attacking football team. What the fuck's happened? So anyway, let's not get too off the subject. So we've got beat by Man United. We've got dominated. Everybody is rightly so deflated because we've taken 2 points from 9 and the crumbling started. We're on our Titanic ship-sinking mission. Bullshit. Man are talking about don't panic, don't panic. No, we're panicking. We're concerned because we understand if we don't win this league this year, it can't be any worse next year. And it don't look like we're going to get any better. So we need to let's just forget about all that now. Let's move on to our attack. We've got a relegation attack, guys. We need to understand that and deal with it. Now, I've been dissing Gyökeres, and I still think he is absolutely garbage. Yeah? He's our top scorer in the Premier League. We can't score for shit. We got to play him every game. He's our top scorer in the Premier League. We got to play him every game. How can we not play our top scorer? And that's how shit we are. He's shit. We're all calling him shit, but he's our top scorer in the Premier League. We have to play him every game. We're shit. And we can talk about Gabriel Jesus. I know a lot of people wanted him to get a start, and I didn't mind him having a start, but I was just thinking to people, don't you realize that's the same Gabriel Jesus that we've had for years, and he's been shit. He's never been that striker. Just like when Havertz come back, we've had Havertz. You know, all we can hope is Havertz comes and adds some goals. But we've had all these guys. We needed a striker to fire us over the line. We've still not got it. And then it goes back to the decision that Arteta made to get rid of the only striker that we had that was firing our goals and never replacing him. Guys gone and bought Gyökeres. What about when we had the chance to buy Ivan Toney? Why didn't you sign him? Proven Premier League striker. We could have had Ivan Toney for the same price that we bought Gyökeres. And we bought Gyökeres, a guy from the Portuguese league, a league that we're always saying is shit. Shit, we got a relegation attack. We thought our attack would be better. It's awful. I know we didn't spend all that money on Eze to have him on the bench. Even Madueke to just have him on the bench. These guys, they rarely play. So why did we buy them? Because if the strikers we had weren't good enough the season before and we're buying strikers, surely we're buying strikers to improve our situation. But we didn't. We're running the same thing that we always run. Leandro Trossard is not a starting player. He's an impact guy. He's not the one. He'll have good games here and there, but he's not the one. He's not the one. The star boy. We're talking about the star boy. Why are we calling him star boy? First, he's a 24-year-old man. He should be cracking on now. He's nowhere near the levels of Michael Elise. He's nowhere near the levels of Yamal. He's not, listen, he's not better than an informed Cole Palmer. And we got to start being honest. He's not putting up the numbers, but Saka will get away with anything, or he tried. Fuck trying. We don't want you to try no more. We want you to do. If you're still trying at 24 years old, it's looking like, because we've had him for years now, it's looking like you're not going to improve anymore. Then we need to start thinking about how we can replace you too, bro. Because it's time to win. Time for this trying shit is done. We've had enough. We've had enough. Martin Odegaard, been telling everybody that will listen. This guy's shit. This guy's shit. We were better off with Özil. This guy's shit. And when we bought Eze, and I started hearing that we're going to play him on the left, I thought, this is crazy. Eze has got to be the replacement for him. Now, Eze has been absolutely garbage. But it's mad, yeah, is that even though Eze has been garbage, he's had more impact on our season than Odegaard has had. He's won us games. He's won us important games when we've been really shit. Now, Odegaard, yeah, he might have made a couple of assists and done stuff here and there, but most of the time we know what we're going to get from Odegaard. He's a here and there player. He's here and there. He spends most of his time shit. The guy holds on to the ball for so long. It's unbelievable. He'll hold on to the ball for 30 seconds, then pass it backwards. He rarely passes the ball forward. Somebody talked me through some of the balls that he did in behind or anything like that. He's shit. We're not getting anywhere with him. I don't care about what he does off the... Check this. This is the next part. So there was a part where United had the ball and we were just there. We're just letting them have the ball and there was no intensity to get them off the ball. And I see Martin Odegaard at the front. And all I thought was, I wish Jurgen Klopp was our manager, because if Jurgen Klopp was our manager, we'd have been putting pressure on them for that ball. There was none of that. We were just sat back, drifting into some shit shape while Man United actually played around us. In fact, they ended up scoring off that. And I was watching Odegaard and I thought, why are you our captain? Like, can anybody explain why he's our captain and why a lot of people thought it was a good idea that he was our captain? Why is Saka our captain when Odegaard's not about? Why do we give the armband to Saka? Surely the armband should be with Declan Rice or a Gabriel or a Saliba. Saliba, you've been pissing me off too. You are a specialist in walking football. So I don't get that. I don't get why he is still our captain. His mentality is poor. The team's mentality is poor. We can't cope with pressure. How are we going to win trophies if we can't cope with pressure? And it's not about losing. This is the thing. It's about the way we lose. The way we lose. The performances we put out when we lose, especially at home in games where we should be up for it. There was no fight in that game. It was lucky to be 3-2. Like, not that United did bare, but it could have easily been 3-1, 3-0. Because we didn't even put up a fight. We was dreadful. We was dreadful. And at this moment, listen, I hope we win the league. Because I've been talking some shit. But it's not looking likely. Because we'll do that again. With this group of players, we'll do that again. With this manager, we'll do that again. Because it has to come down to the manager. That style of football he's playing. This system recycled football that's had Man City in trouble for the last couple of years. Look at Man City, the masters of it. And they're struggling. So we're going to do it and we're shit. We're shit. We could be one of the worst teams to ever win the Premiership. I tell you that right now. And I don't want to hear nobody comparing our team to anybody. We could win the quad and we would still be... I celebrate like with 0-2 Brazil, but I look at it and think, fucking hell, we're looking at everywhere shit. Because even Europe shit this year. Europe shit this year. And we'll go and fuck up. We'll go and fuck up there too. We'll go and fuck up. We have a right to be angry. We have a right to be sick of this shit. Arteta, look at me. Listen to me when I tell you this. If you don't win this fucking league, at least, I don't care about the Carabao Cup. Fuck the Carabao Cup. If you don't win this league, yeah, 22 years we've been waiting. You don't win this league. Forget getting sacked. I want you dipped out the country. I want you deported. I want you back in Spain. We don't want you in the country no more, bro. Fuck this shit. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm out of here. I'm stressed out, man. I can't even go on my social media. Man, I'm making AI about me. I'm getting mocked. Man United of all teams. I gotta live with these scumbags now. The fuck out of here, man. I'm out of here.